I'm recording.
We're in. All right. I'm not going to forget something today. Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. Facing the east, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukwakadash. And double honor to the elder apostles, the prophets, the teachers, and the students at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the left or to the right, but continuously bringing out that 100% truth doctrine. And today, we're just going to go back to the basics today. I wanted to, we're really in the thick of it right now. So I wanted to go into Matthew chapter 24 again. Let's read Matthew chapter 24 again. It's a beautiful day for that. I haven't done a class on Matthew chapter 24 in about a year, so I thought it's about time. And we'll just start from the top.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Verse 2, and Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down.
That is beautiful, because right now we're living in one of these great cities and he's looking down upon us again. And I'm going to prove within the next couple verses that there's not going to be one stone left upon another when he comes back. So this is a future prophecy. This is talking about the end times. And you know what? The prophets know it. Right away, they know it. Keep reading.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Right there. See that? They know what's going on. They know what he's talking about. They come over like, whoa, man. So when is this going to happen? They're actually at that time, they're thinking it's going to be very soon, which I would have thought too. Like, oh, he's here right now. Let's get this going. So when is this going to happen? Well, it's going to happen in our time. So, and you know what? Keep reading. Because back then, what's going to happen in these next couple verses wasn't happening back then. It's happening now.
Verse 4. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, the anointed, and shall deceive many.
That's beautiful. So you've got Christian churches, and then you've got all these different denominations.
Offshoots.
You talk about confusion, and then you've got Krishna, you've got all of the Indian gods, you've got like ancient Aztec gods, you've got all these different gods coming in, but the ones of these days, they're all saying the same thing, was what's so beautiful. They're saying, no, I'm the Messiah, I'm the Savior. No, I got the 100% truth over here. Nah, the truth's over here with me. No, the truth's over here with us, with that 501c3. You see what I'm saying? Everybody seems to have the truth, but the humble ones that are bringing out the truth, where everybody's learning from and then running off and starting their own separate doctrine, those people are being humiliated. So let's find out, is that going to happen in the end times too? What verse are we at?
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And that's beautiful too, because he told us as the 1/3 to not worry. He told us as the 1/3. How do you know it's talking about the 1/3? Because the children that follow his instructions are the only ones he's going to deal with. Everybody else is doomed. And he's going to separate you, he's going to sift you, he's going to rip you and tear your camp right down the middle. Right. He's going to do everything he can to stop you. Right. And believe me, he's just doing little pinches too, just like pinching and poking at you. Because when he takes you out, it's going to be devastating. But let's get 2 Thessalonians real quick. 2 Thessalonians. I honestly can't wait.
Chapter 2.
Yeah, sorry, chapter 2, 2 and 2. Say like this.
This is the book of 2
Start
Thessalonians.
from the top.
Chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Hamashiach Yahushai, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand.
And see, the reason why you're not going to be scared like these other people is because you stick to this. You stay in the strip. You stay studying. So you know what's going to happen next. Almost. Oh, this prophecy is happening. Now that prophecy is happening. And it says, well, if I follow the scriptures correctly, I should be prepared for this. Oh, the new moon's coming. How do I know? Because I'm studying. I'm making sure that I'm applying all the things that I learned. That way, when Yahushua returns, I'm not going to say, well, it was because there's not going to be time for that. You think you're going to have a chance to give an excuse? The only thing you're going to get to say is, I didn't. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have a whole sentence. You're going to want to get those words out, but they're not coming out because it's too late. You're not repenting in the last 10 seconds. Give it up. That's why when you see the Son of Man coming in the clouds, it's too late. You got to repent now. What does it say? Repent while he may be found. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Because that's what it's talking about. All of these classes are only for one group of people. The 1/3. That's it. The 144,000 are already within that 1/3. So we're only searching for the 1/3. That's why you don't see us trying to entertain anybody out here. You don't see us trying to stop anybody and say, hey, brother, come over here and get a piece of the work. I don't care. If it's not dinging in your head and you're not feeling it, then keep fucking stepping. Right. But if you stop and see something, say something.
That's right.
If you got something to say, we're going to sincerely answer your questions. If you act like a fool, that's stupidity.
That's right.
Guess what? We're going to serve you like a fool. Go ahead and get that.
I got a precept to land back on what you were saying, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. This is along the same lines, okay? This is about repentance. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from today, or from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. All right, so you don't want to put off. Tarry, to tarry means to delay, to put off, right? You don't want to do that. You want to seek the Lord while he may be found, okay, while he's available, while he has his men out here on the highways and the hedges to field your questions, all right? Because you're going to have some questions. Who's salvation for, right? What does the Most High want from us, okay? How do we get saved? See, these are instructions that the Heavenly Father endowed this knowledge with his prophets, his men, his teachers, okay? Because you're not going to be able to crack open the book and understand this on your own, okay? Try as you might, but you're going to confuse yourself, all right? You might as well try to read Arabic, okay? Because you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand. Okay?
In fact, it says you will not know right from wrong unless someone teaches you. So how could you know something unless you were taught? And you're not a self-teacher. So, I mean, a lot of people like to really build themselves up on that and then consider it a fact. It's not. Everything you know, you learn from somebody or something else.
And not only that, you know, I'm starting to see this trend where there's a lot of Israelites, self-proclaimed teachers, who are getting online doing these lessons, right? But they're saying, don't listen to these men. Okay, don't listen to the commandments of men. Now, if you read the scriptures, it clearly says in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15, I will send you pastors that shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Right? Understanding of what? The stock market? Not chemistry? No, these scriptures. All right? So they're trying to tell you, they're trying to dissuade you from listening to the men that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has ordained and sent to teach you Israelites.
Right.
Okay? So yeah, you don't want to listen to the commandments of men. You got to listen to the right authority. Okay? And it starts with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the brethren teaching the likewise doctrine.
And going back into Matthew, building off what he just said, you've got to come back to the truth through the elders. So when it tells you that what's going to happen next, there's wars, there's rumors of wars, right? Will you read Matthew 24 and 7 again? I'm gonna get it also in Luke.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
And so, the reason why I wanted to read it again, because I'm gonna read it in Luke. I really like the way Luke breaks this one down. Listen to this. We're gonna start at verse 10. And then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Verse 11, though. And there's a point in verse 11 I really want to get to. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilence, and fearful signs and great signs shall be there. Where? Where are those great signs coming from? Heaven. These great signs are going to be there from heaven. So where are you getting all your information from? I just had to get that in there, because everything we're getting, all of our information is spiritual, that's fed to us through the Spirit. So when we show up, 2 or 3, the angels show up and they help us speak to make sure the words come out correctly.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wherever 2 are gathered in my name, 2 or more are gathered in my name, I am there amongst you. And I'm roughly paraphrasing. That's beautiful, man.
So yeah, let's go back over into Matthew chapter 24.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. What verse?
Just 8. Just 7 and 8 again.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
And so all these are the beginning. So we know that this is going to be the beginning of the end when we start to see the earthquakes. Do we see earthquakes everywhere? For the last 5 or 6 years, they've only been getting worse. Worst amount of earthquakes, the amount of earthquakes that we have each year trumps the year before to the amount of world record breaking. And then the next year, it breaks the world record again. So we've got those earthquakes. We've got wars. We've got rumors of wars. You know what's beautiful? Right, what we have, an actual war going on. Remember, Israel versus Gaza, and then it was Hamas, and then the Houthi entered. Now there's rumors of war going into the Dead Sea, right? And now you've got Russia and China and North Korea. So we've got wars, we've got rumors of wars, we've got kingdom against kingdom, we got nation against nation. Everybody's divided against each other. You've got your own neighbors that are starting to look at you weird, especially us. I mean, we're different. So my neighbors know something different about me, because I'll be out in the backyard going, every morning at the sunrise. And so, well, not every morning, I don't want to say that, but I go out there quite often. And so I get loud, and I know my neighbors are up. They're old, they get up early. But they don't talk to me very much anymore. But it was I had a precept I wanted to get in 2 Chronicles. I thought it was 2 Chronicles, chapter 15. And I think it's and 15 and 16. 15 and 6. It's 15 and 6, but I want to get 2 Chronicles 15 and 6. I'm going to pull it out in the NIV.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 6. And nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, For Yahweh did vex them with all adversity.
That's beautiful. The reason why I wanted to bring that, I mean, I know I'm kind of being redundant. We've already gone through this, but I wanted to bring that specific verse so I could read it in the NIV. It says, one nation was beginning to crush, one nation was being crushed by another one, and one city by another, because Yahweh was troubling them with every kind of distress. I love that. Go back down to the King James. And nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for Yahweh did vex them with all adversary. It's beautiful. In other words, he's about to put everything on you. Have you had so many things happen to you at once that you just want to give up? Well, we're Israelites. We can't. We got to keep pushing. We've been getting stuck and deleted for thousands of years now. It's not just like the last 400 years. Right. People like to say that, right, but they like to forget about all from Exodus until now. What? You better. You just gotta realize, like, this ain't over yet. We're at the end, but it ain't over. That's why it says these are the beginnings of sorrows. We're just at the beginning of the end. But let's go back over to Matthew. I just wanted to get that Chronicles. Oh no, Isaiah 19:2. Isaiah 19:2. I just want to see what this says. Yep, we got to get that too. And then we'll go back.
Look at this, 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 look at this. I was talking about the car.
I thought you saw chariots.
Me too. I was like, where? I haven't seen a chariot this early in the day in a long time. Isaiah 19:2.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Wait until after the election. Wait until after the election. We'll see if these prophecies don't get fulfilled even further. They're being fulfilled right now. They're just not so in your face that you can't really feel it. But this is all the beginning that's gonna how would you say prelude? Is that what the word?
Prelude.
Right into Jacob's trouble.
Yep.
It's going to take us right into Jacob's trouble. And that's what this is all about. I've been telling people for years, Biden is an insert. Not enough people were in love with what Trump was doing, so they had to push Agenda 21 to Agenda 2025. You got to understand, they wanted you to hate Biden. Nobody does that much fucked up shit to anyone and gets away with it while they just turn a blind eye. You guys got to be joking. You can't see what's going on here? If you can't see, he's an insert. So now that they've made you love Trump, I watched all kinds of people convert. Half the country, the other half of the country converting right over to Trump. So you got to ask yourself.
Especially Jake.
Oh, Jake, they love them some Trump. They totally forgot about how he threw the napkins at the Puerto Ricans, and his wife had that trench coat on. It says, "I don't care. Do you?" Remember that? So how in the fuck is this guy not racist? Or he's only racist against the people he doesn't like, but the other, those rich niggers are okay. The Republican niggers. Whatever you say, man. But when Trump gets back in office, his plan is to not have any more voting. You guys got to read it. It's a 930-something page thing with 4 different parts, and I've been listening to it, but I've been letting lawyers break it down because I can't read it for myself because I don't understand well enough to know what I'm fucking reading.
What's important to note here is that no matter who is installed as the next U.S. president, Agenda 21 is going to be enacted, okay? So I don't care if it's old that when Biden's about to step down. If it's his vice president, that demon, whatever, Kamala Harris, or it's Trump, or whoever, okay? They're going to move forward with the agenda.
They are.
All right? So, I mean, this is just a case of, sleight of hand, them trying to make you think that, the Republicans are for America and the Democrats are demons. They're antichrists. No, man, they're both two wings of the same bird. Okay, like we said the other week, okay, you got a left wing, a right wing on the same goddamn bird, and they're going to the same place of destruction, the same destination. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't, because they're working together. They have to be to some degree. somebody has to be working together for that elaborate plan to be pulled off in everybody's face.
But it's obvious that they're working together. I mean, all the smoke signals, the smoke and mirrors, I should say, rather, all the smoke and mirrors, all the sleight of hand, you know, all the golden words, the silver tongue speeches and shit. I mean, you got to see right past that bullshit, man. You know, they're all moving forward to achieve one common goal, and that's to usher in that new world order. Okay, no matter who's in charge. I got a precept, bro, to sort of land back on what you were saying about the nation against nation or Egyptian against Egyptian. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 19, and this is the NLT. People will have no mercy on their neighbors. They will cause their neighbors trouble by breaking into their houses with swords to pillage their property. And that's to pillage means to steal. Take what ain't yours, because they are hungry for bread and in great distress.
Beautiful.
Mugs are gonna be bugging out. You know, their children are gonna be crying, you know, dying of starvation. You know, and at some point, they're going to turn their forks onto their children. All right, that's a prophecy. Just like in 70 AD, that happened. So, you know, you jakes out there that think this is a popularity contest and you can still call on the name Jesus, proclaim to be in the truth, right? Call on Yah. When you're constantly corrected, you come on our comment boards and the apostles and the elders, they correct you and y'all want to scoff and mock and talk shit. You don't have the right name in that day. It's going to cost you your life.
That's funny. When they try to mock and scoff me, they all say the same thing. You're a hater. That's all they have. There's never been a scripture to rebuke me. It's always, you're a hater. Or they'll use a scripture that's out of context. So they try to use Leviticus 19 and 17 against me when I'm the one putting out the fucking sharp rebuke. I'm the one that cares enough about my brother. You care enough to have a YouTube channel for 13 years, 2 subscribers, 0 videos, and 4 comments. You got to get the fuck out of here with that. That's irrelevancy. You're not relevant. Don't even come on my line like that, because I'm going to make jokes about you online. I don't do that. Let's go back over to Matthew, though. In fact, let's get another quick precept. 2 Peter. Was it 1st or 2nd? 1 Peter. 1 Peter.
1 Peter?
Yeah. 1 Peter chapter 4. It's 17 and 18.
1 Peter chapter 4.
Yes. I love this. I love this verse right here. I love this verse. Give me 17. Oh, this is beautiful.
All right, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Woo! If he's gonna judge us first and he's tearing us down and we're sitting out here doing the work, you guys are against Christ, which means anti-Christ. You're not doing anything other than God knows my spirit. Yeah, it's fucking wicked. I've told you a million times. So what do you think your end demise is going to be? What do you think your reward, what your judgment's going to be if we're being judged this harsh doing his work? What's your judgment?
That's a good point. We're all catching hell.
Yes.
Every last one of us is catching hell.
That's why I love that verse. Because we're out here.
Yeah.
We're in this. Yeah. We're ready to catch this hell.
And right now, we're making our bodies a living sacrifice just by being out here. All right? Now, this is a sacrifice. This is a sweet savor to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He's pleased with this assembly. All right? On a weekly basis. All right? Now, rather than being in an air conditioning house, you know, cracking a cold one, you know, laying up with your boo, as they say, lounging, watching the game. No, we're out here in the elements. All right? If it's in the wintertime, we're freezing our asses off. If it's in the summertime, we're sweating our asses off.
Now, it's got to be 120 today. You saw us 2 weeks ago. It was pouring down rain. It was a river at my house. I shouldn't even drove my car. I shouldn't even drove my car in town.
This is a
Barely
reward.
made it.
Yeah. There's a reward coming for this. All right, and we're not bragging,
No.
but we're just trying to convey to you the importance of making your body a sacrifice.
It's more like we're trying to paint the picture for you so you can also see, so you have an idea of what to do. If you think that it's boastful to try and share the information and tell them what you've gone through, it's called a testimony, motherfucker. A testimony. So if you're gonna get all proud and high, oh, look at this guy talking and bragging. That's why I don't show anybody anything that I got. He don't show anybody anything that he has either. You know why? Because it's not gonna get you in the kingdom to see my personal life. But
That's not important.
It's not.
I mean, that's irrelevant. Who gives a shit? I'll show you
Absolutely.
when we get in the kingdom of heaven. Come check out this palace.
In fact, speaking of the kingdom of heaven, give me verse 18.
All right, I got a precept here to speak on what we just talked about. The sacrifice. Because this is literally a sacrifice. All right, no longer are we using the blood of bullocks and goats and sheep as a sacrifice. We're sacrificing our bodies the way Yahushua, okay? The way he sacrificed himself. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 19.
Ooh.
In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. Now, the land of Egypt in this context is talking about spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, pursuant to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, right? Where it says their dead bodies shall lie in the great city. It's talking about spiritual Sodom, America, right? This altar is the highways and the hedges. Okay, this is where we're putting forth our sacrifices to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is a sweet savor to our Lord. All right? So either you got the righteous sacrifice or you're going to be the sacrifice. Okay? And you're going to be that sacrificial lamb that's going to be roasted when Yahweh Shai unleashes the chariots. Okay, that laser fire, and then ultimately that ultimate fire coming from, you know, the nuclear missiles that are going to be shot over here from Gog and Magog, Russia. Okay, so you pick and choose. All right, pick a righteous sacrifice, make epistles, make lessons on YouTube, come out here on the highways and hedges and teach and preach. Or if you're not made out to be a prophet, that's cool. Or a teacher, that's cool.
Be a friend of the prophet.
Be a friend, exactly. Bring water, make garments, okay? Because you don't have to be a teacher in order to sacrifice.
Okay, precept. 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. For since in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world thought through wisdom did not know Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. So this is our living sacrifice. It's foolishness even to Yahweh. He knows that we can't save you. We know we can't save you. But we can plant a seed of righteousness. Now, we go on and do our own thing, but if he so chooses that seed of righteousness grows within you, that's between you and Yahweh. It has nothing to do with us. We're just like mailman. I'm a mailman. I'm going to every mailbox. I'm going to put the fucking mail in and I'm going to keep going. I'm here to deliver a message.
Conduits. Be a spiritual conduits, if you will.
That's right.
Now, back over to what was it? 1 Peter 4 and 18.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Ooh.
He said, "Ooh, let me get to it. I didn't get there yet. I'm sorry." So, and if the righteous be scarcely saved, what it's saying is that the righteous are going to make it by the skin of their teeth. You know, we don't got skin on our teeth, so that's a pretty fucking close call. So the righteous will be saved by the skin of their teeth. Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So if we're going to barely fucking make it after doing all of these works, where do you think you're going to end up? And that's just that.
Eating a missile, you know, in the teeth of wild beasts, right?
You're gonna escape from a lion and meet a bear, lean on a wall and get bit by a python, or a cobra or a rattlesnake.
Get your head chopped off, end up in a concentration camp. You know?
You gotta watch out, because it says that a lot of the Israelites are gonna be killed after the word goes out. And I've been thinking on this a lot, because Yahweh said, I'm going to protect mine, but a lot of you motherfuckers are in an Israelite camp and they're all the way off. And you guys are teaching and preaching until you're blue in the face, but you ain't getting nowhere. So you gotta ask yourself at the end of the day, who is he going to use as those mortars?
I was thinking the same damn thing. I've been thinking that for years.
Me too. It's so strong on my spirit, I can't hold back anymore. And I've been thinking about that for a long time. That's like, why would he take out the ones that did all the work? He's already done that. We already died. We died every fucking time. Why do we gotta die again when he said we're not gonna die this time? So guess what? If your camp is getting split down the middle, you better make a good decision, because they're both still bringing out lies.
If you're not putting forth that righteous sacrifice, and it's a righteous sacrifice according to the scriptures. The scriptures is telling you. It's an instruction manual, okay? Because you got a lot of these dumbass camps out here like Sakari, and they're rewriting the narrative, okay? There's no such thing as everlasting life. What? What the fuck are you talking about? That's a promise. That's one of the promises to us. Everlasting life. We're going to be gods. Gods are immortals, right? Yahushua himself says it. Isn't it written in your laws? Ye are gods.
But
gods are immortal, but you shall die like men. Well, when that second covenant is implemented, we're going to be those gods. Okay? So how are we not going to freaking live forever? I mean, that's blasphemy, man. You're basically telling the Lord he's not capable of giving us everlasting life. You're telling the Lord that he's a mere mortal, because he can't. Esau's got more power to give you everlasting life than Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. I mean, I can go on and on about the leaven in their doctrine. Okay? I mean, it's just, and they got some really good teachers. Hassad is a good teacher, but he still got that leaven in his doctrine. And Hakah, Deacon Hakah, they got that leaven in the doctrine. All right? And that is what's going to get you destroyed. That's what's going to get you ended up in one of them goddamn concentration camps, proving yourself. Because this sacrifice is an unrighteous sacrifice. Because you went up against the men that the Heavenly Father sent to Israel to teach, right? So that sacrifice that you're putting forth has a lot of leaven in it. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai ain't feeling that leaven. So that righteous sacrifice has to come in the way of bloodshed in a concentration camp, getting your head chopped off.
And I'm gonna confirm what he was talking about, being immortal and incorruptible. For you new people, that is in the Bible. So let's go ahead and confirm that, what he was talking about. So go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and we're going to start at 52. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. So what he's telling us is we've got to put on an incorruption so we're swallowing death up in victory. You know why? Because Most High said that we will have everlasting life, but you have to follow the instructions to get there.
That's a good point, brother. Beautiful, beautiful precept. All right, we are going to put on immortality. And see, Sakari would say, "Nah, see, brother, that's a metaphor. See, the Most High is using symbolism. All right, you got to be able to read into it. You can't read into it too much. No, man, it means exactly what the hell it says. All right, we are going to put on immortality, okay? Because these corruptible bodies are not going to be able to do it. You can't do it with a corruptible body. This is flesh. This is a sinful body. This is filth. These are chains of darkness. We got to shed these in order to be righteous, okay?
Yeah, because when you go to Revelation 11 and 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, "Come up hither," we're not going up in these fucking skins, I'm telling you. He just told you how nasty and dirty our bodies are. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai can't be in the presence of corruption. Disgust, wickedness. Everything about our flesh is the epitome of that.
Brother, you on fire.
So, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, "Come up hither," and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's not going to happen from being immortal. You have to put on the immortality before you. It's just going to happen. You know what? For whoever can receive it, that's the way it's going to work. You're not going up in corruptible flesh to be in the presence of in the clouds. Is there something that backs me up on that?
Yes.
Good.
I got one. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 2. And it alludes to that. You got to have spiritual eyes to understand. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh. It doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, that he is Yahushai, we shall be like him. For we shall see him as he is. So what does it mean to say that we're going to be like him? We're going to be an immortal, just like Yahushai.
He's not coming in corruptible flesh. Damn.
Shit.
He's going to come down here in flesh. I put the corruptible flesh back on. Come and see.
Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is a beautiful book, man.
I know it. All right, going back into the book of Matthew. It's hard to read through Matthew 24. This class could take all night. Just trying to get through it. And last year I read right through this and did this class in like 45 minutes. Or 2 years ago, however long it was before it's just some notes and precepts, but it shows. This is why I like to bring out these classes again, because it shows the amount of studying we've done over the years and how we're building more. At first we'd build a little room. Now we're over here building mansions every time we open the book. So
we're ultimately building that third temple, man. We're stoners. We're lively stones building that third temple. Each one of us. Everybody's a part of that third temple. All right, the 1/3. Okay? And we're building. We're all working collectively, spiritually. So that's a beautiful thing, man. How we were raised up in this last day to do that.
That's right.
Where you at, bro?
Matthew 24 and 10 and 11.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24.
In fact, starting at 9.
Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
That's a real good one right there, because a lot of people want to pretend like the name isn't determined. So what namesake is he talking about then? And when it says in Baruch 3 and 8 that we 3 and 7 that we'll be calling on his name in our captivity, and then 8 tells us we're going to be paying for everything in our captivity, what name are we calling on? And don't even say Jesus. Don't say that, because now you just look like a fool. Don't say God. God is actually a Hebrew word, and it's got a Babylonian definition though. It's a Hebrew word. It means Babylonian deity of financial increase. Look at your dollar bill. In God we trust. You got to understand, everything about this language we speak is witchcraft. That's why it's so hard to even teach a class without throwing so many, almost like shooting missiles and arrows right out of your mouth while the word is coming out at the same time. And it even tells you that in the prologue to the son of Jesus, the son of Sirach. He's telling you that we have to labor hard just to interpret these words so we can break it down right. And when we do break it down right, there's a power. There's power in the original language. This language we speak is horrible, but through the power of the original language, we're able to bring it back to you guys correctly.
Yeah, because a lot gets lost in translation.
It does.
I mean, you got the Greek translation, now you got English translation, and now everybody thinks world simply means everybody. The inhabited universe. Everybody thinks hell means this place of fire and brimstone, right? Everybody thinks Gentile means all heathen nations, and it can never apply to Israelites. Okay? So it's all messed up. All messed up. Where you at, bro?
Verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise and deceive many.
And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 11. And many false prophets. IUIC.
Oh, wait, 10. I'm sorry, read 10.
And then, this is verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
So, once they start hating us for his namesake, which they're doing right now, and how are they doing it? Via those black Hebrew Israelites, those non-violent terrorists, and now they're actually able to say violent terrorists because there's so many fucking videos of WFI trying to fight all of fucking Hamas, and then you've got IUIC and ISUPK. It's like a fucking gang war over a block. You guys are fighting over a corner. Damn. You got Chief Ephraim literally getting arrested for all the stupid shit he talks. He had to leave New York. Why do you think he left New York? Because they didn't want him there. They said, man, you gotta go. He's always causing problems. So when you look at that from the outside and you look in, you're like, wow, these black Hebrew Israelites are violent. Look at the way they act. Because they're not going to show you the righteous breakdowns and the sincere scriptures and readings. They're going to show you all of the worst of the worst. Look at those niggas fighting in the street. They're doing exactly what they were doing before they put on the tunic.
That's the devil for you, using sensationalism, okay, to demonize.
He's a painter.
All right?
He likes to paint pictures. He's a great artist.
That's what these devils do, man. You know, they take something, they spin it, they shape a reality and show it to the world. And that's the reality that they see. Okay, and subconsciously, a lot of these bastards want to see that reality. That is reality to them because they think so lowly of us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just like a bunch of niggas. Yeah.
And you know, they shall betray one another. So when we get into these end times, we're at it right now. We're right at the cusp of getting into Jacob's trouble. I'm pretty sure Trump's going to usher in Jacob's trouble. See, through Jacob's trouble, it's going to be easy to end Jacob's trouble, I guarantee you, because all you have to do is take the MOTV. It'll be that simple. And then the third woe cometh. The third woe cometh soon, baby. It's almost here. We're almost out of here. So these classes that are in foolishness, while people mock, scoff, say we don't know what we're talking about, yet we study all week, we break down the words, we do the research, and then somebody who's never heard the Bible before has enough pride, enough emotion to walk up and be like, that's not right. Let me tell you how that goes.
Well,
and it's like, what Bible did you get or read? And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It just goes to show you how lowly and how little they think of us. You know what I mean? They think of us as the scum of the earth. Because let me tell you something. If the small hats were out here teaching what we were teaching, all right? According to the Holy Scriptures, you'd have thousands of people out here. You'd have, everybody would be tuning into these people.
And that goes right to the next verse. And many false prophets shall rise up and shall deceive many. Because you guys love the lie. You love the lie. You don't want the truth. And that goes into Isaiah. And I always bring this out because every time I think about it, it's like once we get into you guys not wanting to hear the truth, you go to Isaiah chapter 30. It's a go-to verse. You start at verse 8 and it reads, Isaiah chapter 30, starting at verse 8. And now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh. And I mean, it goes on. I might as well read it. Which say to the seer, see not, which, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So you guys hate, like I said, you hate the Most High. You love the lie.
They love the lie because, all right, number one, when they're told that they're the people of the Lord, what do they do? What do the Christians do? They scoff, right? And because they want Esau, Edom. They want the Edomites to be the people of the Lord, right? In their minds, that's what righteousness looks like. They're angels of the Lord, where we are angels of darkness. We're just a bunch of lowly niggas.
We're a bunch of wicked, destitute of light, darkness. That's what black means. Wicked, lowly, destitute of light, evil. Why do you think they call us black people? And they call themselves white people. The word white means righteous. That's why when you go into the book of Enoch, and they'll tell you, look, see, it says Noah was white and ruddy. So the word white actually in that book doesn't mean white. It means righteous. Ruddy was his color. So he was like him, or like me, or like the Akim that you can't see right here, who's darker than both of us. So ruddy. So you see, it's all a play on words. So they want to paint that picture, and they do want to be those people. You know, a spiritual Israelite, because, you know, the old Israel's extinct. Have you heard that in Christian church?
1,000,001 times. Yeah, that's why I don't talk about the Israelites.
I can't figure out how a person can go extinct. A whole nation of people, yet they're all still standing.
Right before your eyes, you know?
And that's perfect, because and all these false prophets that have risen have taught you that. And how do you love the lie so much? Because you will run down to the church, you throw out the money, soil a seed, my brother, for me. Pray for my brother. While the pastor's doing this whole money dance on the stage and shit, you guys are hella entertaining. I mean, straight hell, but entertaining as fuck. I can't get over it, because it's funny. As you're flicking through the stations, you'll stop and watch for about 10 seconds and go, oh man, should I do a class on this moron? Because that's all it is. You guys are entertainment, and you hate the Most High, or you would teach righteousness. It's that simple. So all these false prophets, the many that are deceived are the other nations and the 2/3. Us over here, we're just watching you guys like with what's the word, disdain, like we're pissed off.
Yeah,
we're just like,
that's a good word, because we are. We are looking at you with disdain. I can't, especially you black Israelites, you know, because most of them know about Israel. They know we're the Israelites. Okay, you got them going on TikTok and making videos talking about no, you're taking Deuteronomy chapter 28 out of context. Well, who the fuck is it talking about then?
You mean? Huh? I mean, we've got
the slave trade. Okay, who is it talking about? What nation of people on this earth is it talking about? Crickets. It ain't talking about the small hats. They don't fit the prophecy. So who is it talking about? And nobody ever wants to answer that question. Never. It's just, well, we don't know. We do know.
We know. But we have to be circumspect, I know. Verse 12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's beautiful. I'm pretty sure we just went over all that right now with everything we just said. With the way the world's turning, I was telling my kids this morning, this is outstanding. When I was my son's age, when I was like a teenager, if I wanted to talk to a girl, I would have to find her. Then I'd have to be brave enough to ask for her number. Then I'd have to call her. But you got to understand, like, I have to call her house, and her parents are most likely going to answer the phone, and then they're going to say, hey, Judy, you got a phone call. And so, or Judy's not home right now. So now you got to find her again. Hey, Judy, what's a good time to call you at? That's not, you don't got no text. So these days, there's no speaking. There's nobody having conversations. Everybody's just texting each other. So it's not intimate. It's not personal.
Right.
There's no feeling in it anymore. Right. So your love, just that little simple thing. That's not even really what this is like fully talking about. But it's like on the tip of the iceberg of what starts it all. Because no one talks to each other anymore. No one has that emotional.
It is talking about that. That's exactly what it's talking about.
Well,
that's how you would.
That's the start of it. What I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that's how you arrive at that.
Yes.
To this. Yes. This is how we're going to arrive to this point through technology.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, he's right. For the lack of better terms, yeah, you're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, so nowadays we don't talk to each other. we're not personal with each other. We don't gather together. We'll have a group chat online instead. So everything now, it's almost like the Jetsons, right at the tip of your finger. It's instant gratification. I don't really want to go over there and do that with them. I can just sit around and play on my phone all day. It's pretty much what it is. But the point is because you guys don't interact anymore, your love for your brother is waxing cold. A little bit over-explained, but...
No, I mean, that's a good explanation. It's on point. It's on point. Because that's how we're going to arrive. In part, you know, because then you got other types of debauchery, okay? Desensitized to violence, right? Desensitized to intimacy. Okay?
Yeah,
there's going
perfect.
to be depersonalization going on through social media, right? So these are all elements that are ultimately going to be used to usher that in. Okay, it's going to occur over time, right? And you're going to see it. It's going to culminate with this. Because you started seeing signs of it 15 years ago.
Yes.
Right? And it's gotten progressively worse, and it's increased exponentially, and it's going to continue to the point in a couple years they're going to have the virtual reality headsets, and people are not going to leave their homes.
Nope.
They already have them.
Because I mean they do, but not en masse now.
Masses.
Right?
It's the cool
At
new
some
thing
point,
right now.
right now it's just the cell phones and social media. The cool new thing, I mean, the thing that's going to just really just destroy people are those headsets. And then you're going to have to get the mark of the beast in order to get that.
Yep.
Right?
You can't run your headset without your mark because it's not going to be able to activate to the internet unless you're chipped and they interact together. So we're just, my hands are tight. I want to fucking headset.
People are going to forego sexual intercourse for this.
Yeah.
All right? They're going to say, man, I don't have to leave the privacy of my own home. All right? Forget these chicks over here. I'm going to escape. I'm going to Bangkok. And I'm going to mess around with a bunch of whores in Bangkok through VR. I mean, you see it coming.
It's coming.
You can see it coming.
Yep. They got it already. You see people
It's
walking
horrible
around
when
with
you
them.
think about it because really you're going to be sitting inside of a jail cell pretty much on a mattress with the headphones on, and pretty much that's it. That's their idea of a good future for all of us.
And it's happening now. Look, the red pill movement is a good thing, right? But at the same time, what is it doing? It's making men go their own way. They're foregoing dating now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're chasing that bag. They're getting their finances together. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but these dudes are taking it to the extreme. And then the broads are doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a man. What's the new thing? I'd rather chill with a bear. Did you hear
Oh
that?
yeah, that's so stupid. No, you wouldn't. Because as soon as you had to see how big a fucking bear is, you wouldn't chill with nothing. They would think, oh, it's cute, and then that motherfucker one roar.
That's
You
your
would-
ass.
You're not going to rather chill with the bear. That's a foolish statement. The word foolish means stupid. That's a stupid statement to say you would rather chill with the bear. I got some dogs that are savage that you wouldn't want to chill with. You know, a bear, a 500-pound bear.
How much more a bear?
Yeah, I know, right? You got to be joking. So let's go back into Matthew chapter 24, and just keep reading.
Verse
12.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
But I thought all you have to do is say, I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, now I'm saved. Wait a second, read that again.
Come. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
What that's really saying is, the person, the people, the group, the company of men, women, and children that follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, according to their knowledge, applying what they learn, knowing that they can do this, but they can't do that at this time, sincerely, with joyfulness and gladness of heart, that's who's talking about. That's who's going to be saved in the end. Because those are the people that are enduring. Just because you fucking made it, wait until he shoots the missile and see if you fucking made it. You're not going to make it. You have to be doing something to win. You don't sit around and get a participation trophy over here. That shit's in the early 2000s. No participation trophies.
Participation trophy.
No, I'm sorry. You got to do work to get in the kingdom. You might have participated in sitting around on your ass. That's not really participating now, is it? Oh, I did my part. What? You fulfilled the prophecy of laziness? Come on. Let's keep going.
Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
You know how beautiful that is. Christianity has been running fucking back and forth all over the earth for 500 plus years, just trying their best. Oh, please come to Jesus. Let's get some missionaries out there. Let's build a town. Let's get some water going. Fuck you. Because all we did was get online once, and now we got camps popping up all over the world, Craig. All over the world. But you guys out there running until you're black and blue trying to prove that Christianity was the gospel. That is not good news. That is a slave doctrine created by the oppressor. And they're going to call it a gospel. It's the gospel of devils. Straight up. Let's keep going.
Verse 15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of the desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
Let's keep going, because that actually deals with that time, but I'm more bringing in this end time, and that goes into the beginning of the end, but let's just keep going.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
So that was an indication that when the Romans came in and took over the temple and the holy place, and they put a statue inside of the temple, it was time for us to fucking kick rocks, because they were coming for us next. Like how it tells you not to cast your pearl among swine, well, our pearls were the temple. The swine was those Romans coming in and destroying everything. What does the rest of the verse say? After they destroy the pearls, they will come and rent you. So it tells you, we got to get out of here. They're not dealing with us no more. We got to leave. So what do? This is where we flee into the South Africa and all the other respectable nations. And then at the end, we all end up here. You know, it's a funny thing. Why? It's the 400 years. I've been here 600 years. Well, you know, have you ever heard of time served? Yeah. Didn't it say that all Israel will serve together? So you ain't getting time served just because you went into slavery 200 years before the Judah. So Judah was the mark of that. I mean, if you want to go on that, but just saying, I always hear people talk about that, but it's not even, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because of the time served. You're not getting any type of time served. So if you think that you've been doing something longer than somebody else and they just came in, that could be the last person that has to come in before we all start serving our judgment together. And we're serving judgment together. All Israel shall serve their judgment together. Now we're in this judgment together, guess what? We have to come out of this judgment together. The end has to happen.
Be delivered, redeemed.
We have to be redeemed. We have to. We have to be out of this place. We can't. It literally tells you that if we can't be saved out of here soon, that surely we will all be destroyed. We will all be taken out. And it's coming to a head. Man, as soon as they put this next president in, it goes off to the next step of their agenda.
Can't wait.
Me neither. Oh, man. I guess just keep going.
Verse 17. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of the house, out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
There's not going to be any time for you to get anything, is what it was saying. Like when Israel had to flee, there wasn't time to just go back, pack your bags, plan out a mission and a pathway. It was like, oh shit, we gotta go. We gotta leave now. But no, we can't even go back to get anything. We've got to flee. They're coming to kill us. And guess what? That's getting ready to happen again. And it tells you if he doesn't come and get us, that they will surely kill us all. I was telling you, after the gospel's been preached, they're going to start killing us. That's what they want. They want us gone. Why do they put all of the pollution and the factories and everything that's bad in the so-called black and Mexican neighborhoods? It's to shorten our lifespan. It's an easy way to kill us. Why do you think there's barcodes on the food? So they can separate the good food from the bad food. That way, over here in the Edomite neighborhood, the barcodes, they can read about, okay, boom, all that barcode goes over there, but these barcodes are special. That's how I know I would never, you can never trust anybody. You can't trust anybody with anything these days because that barcode could say, you're going to be safe. But my barcode could say, I've been waiting for you. And so I'm just going off now, I'm kind of ranting, so let's just get back into it.
Verse 18. Verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child, to them that give suck in those days.
And you know, in 2022, whether it was Yahweh or whether it was man, they took all of the baby formula and poured it out. And they were trying to say that there's no formula for the kids, and remember they did that. So they were trying to create this woe. It ain't happened yet, folks, because we're not in Jacob's trouble. So in that day when Jacob's trouble hit, that was like a little taste. It's almost like a little taste test of woe. Like, how'd you guys like that? Because when it hits for real, your kids are gonna die. That's why it's saying woe. Destruction, the word destruction. What they did was come in at the last second and give your kids something to eat this time. It's not gonna happen in Jacob's trouble though. You're going to have the 2/3 are going to lose their children. The other nations are going to lose their children. Woe unto them that give suck at those particular times. You got anything to say? Keep going.
Verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Keep going.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
And this is talking about going into Jacob's trouble. Because once Jacob's trouble hits, it's going to be the worst time this world has ever seen. A lot of people like to think that they're in Jacob's trouble right now. But I'm pretty sure I have like 2 PlayStation 5s at my house, an Xbox 360, a Nintendo Wii. I have all these other fucking game consoles I don't even know the names of. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So if we're in Jacob's trouble, I shouldn't be playing video games, probably.
You shouldn't be having a good time. You shouldn't be enjoying life.
I shouldn't go polish my truck later. You see what I'm saying? We're not in Jacob's trouble yet.
No.
We should be preparing ourselves for Jacob's trouble.
And Christians are, speaking of which, Christians are in store for a rude awakening, because the vast majority of you imbeciles think that you're going to be whisked away via the rapture. Okay? You think you're going to escape Jacob's trouble. Now think about that. You think about the hell that's about to befall this earth. Okay? You just read it. It says, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Meaning, what you're going to see, you've never seen in the history of the world. It's going to be that evil. All right? It's going to be that devastating, that frightening, that fearful. Okay? And you think that you're just going to escape it all. The Lord's going to come, snap his finger, and you're going to disappear. Your clothes are going to be left on the ground, and you're going to be chilling up there in heaven.
Left behind doctrine.
Yeah, that left behind bullshit. Well, you are in store for a rude awakening. The scriptures prove it.
I remember when Nachovac a couple years back was doing videos calling them the left behind doctrine.
Yeah, the left behind doctrine, because they believe that shit. They're teaching it. They internalize that crap.
They forgot to read Revelation 11 and 13, and then the third woe coming. And so as soon as your little clothes drop and everybody floats up to the air, that third destruction comes. So how is it that you guys are left behind just hanging out, and everybody's going they're going to the mall still? It's like, what is going on here? So half the people left, and the people that were left behind just literally just kept living normal life. That's all they did. There was no. That's not biblical. And this is why you shouldn't listen to anything that is Christianity, because this is the kind of picture they try to paint for you. An all-inclusive picture, but then at the last second there was some left behind, but they didn't really die. Fuck no. They all died. I don't know what the hell that was. We're going to read a couple more verses. Probably just shut it down. I knew we weren't going to make it all the way through Matthew, but this is an excellent chapter to study for anybody. It's got a lot of meat in it. If you're a beginner, even a novice, no matter who you are, Matthew has a lot to offer for the time that we're in right now, especially chapter 24. So we were at
22.
Let's read. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
There it is.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
And thank Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai for that. The water of Barakatah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. But the thing is, he said it. He said, unless those days be shortened, everything would be destroyed. I've been telling you guys that. So the water of Barakatah Yahweh, because he literally just said right here, he's going to shorten the days for our sake. You know, those fools, those stupid guys out there on the block, the ones that are, what is that? Preaching to the highways and the hedges to try and have his house be full when we know that we can't save anybody. Guess what? We're the ones that are going to get saved out of this. I got. Yeah, we might want to just shut it down. We got a whole monsoon storm coming in on us right now. Right now. So I'm going to close out right here before we get hit. Revelation, my favorite verse, chapter 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. So if you're mocking and scoffing, that's your reward. You're going to get mocked and scoffed while you're getting cooked. But for all of the sincere and the righteous Israelites that stay in the book, our time here is almost up. We're about to receive the reward of righteousness. And believe me, right now, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is about to show up. So we're going to shut it down. Facing the east. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Bakwakadash. And double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers at GMS. Man, we barely made it.
Yeah, it looks like the wind was about to blow this flimsy thing over.
It was about to blow.